Hey you guys, Sean with Go Gloves here, and in today's video, I'll be rating your favorite MLB players' custom gloves. So before we get started, I kind of want to explain how MLB players get their gloves. So in the beginning of spring training, the companies will come in with a ton of gloves and they will basically lay them out for every single player. The gloves that these companies bring are stock gloves that are pro issued and given to these players. But they also bring the custom gloves that certain players design in the offseason or in the previous season. Some of the custom gloves that these players make are actually really well liked by the designers at these companies. So Wilson and Rawlings both make game day models or a game day series, which features the custom gloves that the players made. These game day gloves or game day models are actually slightly different because not all of the options that the public gets to receive are the same ones that the pros get. Really quickly, I just wanted to explain that so you know when I'm talking about a game model or a game day series glove that I'm not actually talking about they're custom all the time. It's usually the gloves that only come out to the public that I'll be talking about. So for this list of gloves I have, there's no particular order or it's not really broken up into any categories, but I'll be going through and explaining each glove and its special features. Then I'll be rating it on its coolness factor and how much I like it. The first glove that I will be rating is Mookie Betts Custom MB50 GM. With Mookie being on a new team this year, he had a really cool design that fit the Dodgers colors really well. Wilson had a lot of new features for this year, and I think a lot of the players really utilized it very well. For this year, Mookie decided to go with a white and blue super skin combination on the shell and a black leather palm and web. For this year's gloves, Wilson actually decided to take out the oval around the logos on their gloves, and it's a much more cleaner and awesome design. It's also, a lot of the logos are outlined in a separate color, so for Mookie's glove, he decided to do a white logo with a red trim outline. In the past, Mookie Betts' game model was 12 3/4 inches, but he felt like it was too big and weighing him down in the outfield, so he decided to go a 1/4 inch smaller this year and go with a 12.5. Along with this outfield model, he decided to actually customize another 1788 A2K that he uses as a trainer and sometimes when he plays second base. Overall, I think this glove is very good looking and I think the colors match very well with the Dodgers theme. With the colorway and design being so nice, I will give this glove a 9 out of 10. Next up is Colton Wong's Pro 314 Rawlings Heart of the Hide. His custom glove this year features red and Columbia blue leather with gold accents and gold stitching and the famous Rawlings gold glove labels. The people at Rawlings really liked his design, so they decided to make him his own game day series glove. This glove is a 1 of 72 and it does look slightly different than his game day model, but I think it is a really unique and cool design. His game day series glove features red and mid leather on the back with a black web and a pink palm. The palm also has his own logo stamped into it with gold foil. Like I said, this glove is very unique and it's honestly just not my type of glove and it has too many colors for me and I much would have rather seen his custom be available to the public. If we are only talking about his custom, I still think it's really cool and some of the colors go really nice together. Overall, I'm going to have to give it 8 out of 10. The next glove that I'll be rating is Willson Contreras' WC40 Custom Wilson A2000. This glove is a 34-inch pattern and is actually very unique to Contreras because it's his own model. Wilson went very simple with this design and it's mostly featuring black leather with red laces. One thing that the company Wilson did that's special to Willson Contreras is that they added another L onto the stitching in his glove in the name Wilson to match the spelling of his name. Although Contreras does have his own game model with this pattern, I don't see it coming out in the near future of this year due to the fact that it's just very plain and Wilson's more of a flashy company. Overall, I like the pattern and design of this glove, but it's just very simple and I like a little bit more of a flashy glove, so I'm gonna have to give it a 7.5 out of 10. My second infield glove on this list is from Francisco Lindor, which is a Rawlings Pro Preferred in the 11 3/4 inch model. Throughout his years in the league, Lindor's gloves pretty much stay the same with the same black and red colorway. This year he decided to add tan laces to his glove and platinum labels. The platinum labels are more unique to players because they're actually voted on by the fans and it's a higher honor instead of the gold labels. Like usual, Rawlings liked his design this year and they made him a game day series glove. This glove is a little bit different different because it features red laces and platinum binding. I really like this colorway and you can never really go wrong with it, and Lindor always does a good job of designing it every year. For these reasons, I'm gonna have to give this glove an 8.5 out of 10. Next up is a Wilson A2000 1799 designed by Kyle Schwarber. This 12 3/4 inch pattern features saddle tan snakeskin and saddle tan leather. On the palm of his glove, Kyle Schwarber added Wilson's brand new dimpled leather. This dimpled pattern leather is designed by Ryan Smith at Wilson, and the idea is that it stops the spin of the ball, and up to 7% of the spin is actually stopped by this dimpled leather. If you watch the Wilson Glove Day videos from 2020, you'll see a lot more MLB players that have this dimpled leather. Hopefully we'll get to see more of it in Wilson's line that will come out this fall. Along with the saddle tan snakeskin and leather on the back of the glove, Schwarber added blue details to fit his Cubs colorway. On the thumb of his glove, he also added a stitched in 3 stars, which stands for his charity, which helps support first responders and military. Although this colorway is very simple, I think the stitching capabilities that he did along with the dimpled leather makes it pretty unique, and overall I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. The only Nike glove on this list comes from Felix Hernandez. With his recent move to the Braves, he has come up with a Nike Shadow Elite J custom glove. With Nike's low social media presence, I don't have tons of pictures of this glove, but I do think the colorway is very nice. For this year, Felix chose a traditional black glove with red and navy stitching to complement his Braves colorway. Although this is the only produced glove I've seen from Felix, he also released on his Instagram a design of a custom Nike Shadow Elite J that's a little bit more flashy. This glove is an all-red pitching glove with a 2-piece web and custom logos all over. On the index finger of this design, there is the word perfect, which symbolizes his perfect game, along with a crown because he is the king. In the palm of this design glove, he also has his own personal logo, which I think is really special and unique to MLB players. Because the first glove I talked about is the only one that's actually been made, I'll be rating that one, and because it's just so simple, I think it looks really clean, but it is very simple, so I'm gonna have to rate it a 7 out of 10. His second design glove being a little bit more flashy, I think it really appeals to me, and I would have to rate it a 9 out of 10. For my next glove, we'll be going back to Rawlings to look at Byron Buxton's custom. This year he went with the 300 pattern, which features an H-web, and he also had mint leather, which is one of my favorite leather colors that Rawlings has to offer. Also, one very unique feature that is probably very special to him is the platinum labels, and as I've already said in this video, the platinum labels are extremely hard to get, and they're very cool to have on a glove. Although outfield patterns are not my favorite and I prefer infield patterns, I still like the design and colorway of this glove, so overall I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Going back to Wilson for this next glove, I have stumbled upon Carlos Carrasco's custom Wilson A2000 B125. This 12.5 inch pattern is really nice, and he did a great job designing his 2 customs this year. For his gloves, he designed a home and away glove, and one is navy and one is red. As I was saying before, Wilson added some really cool features to the Pro Customizer this year, and one of them was the ability to print your own picture or logo into the palm. With that capability being open to him, Carlos this year decided to put in a picture of him fist pumping after his team got a double play. On each of his gloves, he got red and navy snakeskin separately, which are 2 colors of snakeskin that we haven't seen before from Wilson. I think Carlos did an amazing job designing these gloves, and I pray for him to stay extremely healthy so we can see them on the field. I like the colorways of both of these gloves, and I would together give them a 8.5 out of 10. Now I will be taking a look at Cody Bellinger's custom, which along like other Rawlings gloves is pretty plain, but it has his own little spice to it. For this year, Cody is using a 12 3/4 442 pattern, which is similar to the popular 303 pattern by Rawlings with a little bit of a shallower pocket depth. From a quick glance, his glove looks pretty simple with black leather, but the black on his leather is actually suede. I think the suede leather actually gives it a pretty cool look and makes it more unique than you would think. With Cody also being a Gold Glove winner, he had the gold patches on the glove, which really make it pop. Due to the fact that his glove is pretty plain and it's an outfield model, which is not my favorite, I'm gonna have to rate it a 7 out of 10. Going back to Rawlings, we're gonna take a look at Bryce Harper's custom Pro Preferred. This year, Bryce decided to go with a 12 3/4 Pro preferred model with a closed back, which is something that he's never designed before. He stuck with the common black and blonde colorway with Columbia blue lacing, which matches his Phillies colorway very well. He also chose red labels and a custom 3 on the thumb for his number. As usual, the people at Rawlings liked his design, so this year he has his own Game Day Series glove. With his glove being a closed back, you'll notice that the wrist opening is a little bit different from a traditional glove. On the closed back gloves, you will have a pull tab instead of the usual laced up version of the wrist. I've never actually used this type of system on a glove, and I'm pretty sure the pull tab will come loose a lot easier, but it's also much easier to tighten if you want it tighter. Overall, I think this glove was pretty clean and designed very well, and I think the blue laces make it really pop. For these reasons, I'm giving his custom an 8 out of 10. My last and favorite glove on this list is a Wilson A2K MC26 designed by Matt Chapman. This year, Matt Chapman really went all in on Wilson's features and designed the cleanest and most unique glove I've seen this year at spring training. The MC26 is his game model, and it is a 17A7, which is a 11 3/4 inch model. For this year's glove, he went with black leather and black snakeskin, along with gray lacing and welting. On the thumb of his glove, he actually had stamped in his Wilson Infielder Award that they give out every year. To me, this was a very cool modification of the thumb logo that Wilson puts on all of their gloves. His last modification that I thought was really cool was a stamped picture of him into the palm of him fielding, along with the A2K stamped over it. All the other gloves that I saw of picture stamped into the palm did not have any logo stamping over it, and I think this is a really cool addition to his glove. For all these unique reasons and extremely cool colorway, I'm giving this glove a 10 out of 10. Alright you guys, that is all I have for rating MLB players' gloves. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it down below, and I'll do more videos just like this one. If you guys want to see some of the gloves that I personally own, go check out my Instagram @GoGloves or follow the link in the description down below. Also, I just started my own TikTok page, so if you want to see some funny baseball videos, check out my TikTok @GoGloves or follow the other link in the description down below. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.